Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Spotlight. My name is Kizike. So sorry for joining you this very late. I mean, we're off for a while, but we are back and ready to go again. On the show this morning, I was actually meant to have a guest. His name is one of the most Nigerian finest sport journalists and also football analyst, and the person of Samson Wokike Oji. But I just couldn't reach out with him, so definitely I have to do that possibly on the radio later on today. But we actually meant to talk about the MPFL. I was going to ask him how well he has seen the MPFL, how well can he rate our MPFL so far, and with what he's been saying over time. What does it look like for you? Because we've seen some magic in the game. We used to call the Nigerian Premier Football League now, but we call Nigerian Premier Football League now, but formerly we don't call it the Nigerian Professional Football League. I was actually wanting to know, because he's situated, he stays in Owerri, so maybe he was meant to let us know what his stake. How was the Eyimba side, who won the MPFL 9-time champion and also 4-time FA Cup winners under Finidi George, legendary of the club of Nigerian football? How did they accept them in the East? How were they accepted? Sometimes when you go out and you return back home, some people would not want to accept you well. Where these guys really accepted very well at home, was the celebration so great? We saw, the Alex Otte, the governor of the state, also celebrating them right there in Umuahia, launching and also launching them as well, giving them a wonderful time, which was okay, but so funny or so bad, better word. We didn't have him on the show. But I also wanted to confirm, because last I checked on the via social media, what we heard was the kind of one call would be the new chairman of the club after Felix Ayas, who have been with the club for many years, 24 years, which seems to be a very long time, and he did so well. I think he's one of the most decorated chairman ever AfroCan has ever produced, not just Nigeria this time around. But kind of one called a Ajax Amsterdam Champions League winner, also played at Arsenal and also Inter Milan. We just heard he's now the chairman. But also this morning, again, I did see somewhere again saying he was unveiled yesterday as the supervisor. So from Wokike all the way from Owerri, I think he was in a better position to let me know, so we don't get to say it wrong here in Lagos, to let us know who kind of really is at this point. Is he the supervisor or the chairman of Eyimba? Or is it the same way they call the chairman supervisor? Does this stand as one? That's just what we're talking about. And also Justice Pesero seems to be in the news all the while, but we've not really, so far he's been muted, a little bit silent about his movies. If he's going to be staying back with the Super Eagles, or taking us to Ivory Coast come 2024, or if he's going to believe in the club. But we're yet to know. And also wanted to know from him, what's the pressure if we let Finidi George and Amonike, who we've seen that they want to make, coaches for the Super Eagles, if it's going to be pressure for them, or they should stay back with their side, especially Finidi George, because this is just a second stint with the club, and everybody knows he did well with the time he arrived, but still did not get to the position where everybody expected him to be. But Finidi George, anytime, any day, he's a very, very great manager. Right now, he's doing excellent well, but I'm not going to talk about how well they are doing in the Niger Super 8. They are doing so badly. Yes, Noble saved the penalty against Sporting Lagos of Lagos City. The other time we saw that, and right now all they need to do is just get the result done against Castina United. But I don't know if time will let them do that. If they can actually get to do that, they need a must win against Castina United. And also, the Niger Super 8 have been amazing. Let me just quickly talk about it. Yesterday, we saw Aqua United getting the result against Rivers United. Rivers United are currently out. Nobody ever saw this coming. This is the magic of the game. They are no more involved in the Niger Super 8. So we're still great football. Remo Stars still involved, topping up there. But quickly, let's talk about what next for Harry Kane. Talk about European football. Harry Kane. Harry Kane has been in the news, and everybody's wanting to know what's next for this England's keeper. Will he be sold away from the club? Will he be sold away from the English Premier League, where he looks to be having a record he does not want to joke with? And also Thomas Tuchel made us understand he spoke to Harry Kane as of yesterday, and said he wants to have him in his plans at Allianz Arena. The Bavarians are really keen on the English international, but we are still looking out to know what's his stay, because Ange Postecoglou, the manager, the new Australian manager, the new Australian man, he's an Australian man, is the manager of former manager of Celtic, now currently manager of Tottenham Hotspur, have said he has not had any word with Harry Kane, none of the players, and he said he waits to see them arrive back at the camp so they get to talk. So Harry Kane has got everything on his feet. £68.4 million is what Tottenham Hotspur has gotten from Bayern Munich, but they feel like it's not enough. I don't know, Thomas Tuchel is being optimistic that yes, he's going to sign this man, and he believes it's the perfect signing for the Bayern Munich. They're not sleeping anytime soon to make sure this deal is done. Now, another one trending out there in the world of football generally, you can't take it out away, is Kylian Mbappe. He's been in the news, and will Kylian Mbappe leave for free? Is a question for another day. With Kylian Mbappe, how is his love with the French national team? Don't forget, he's a French international player, regardless of him going back home to his father's born place. Talk about Cameroon. He has been in Cameroon for vacation, and he's saying, at this point, all I need to do is to focus on my vacation. But he did honor an interview some days back where he said that, and he said he's wanted to play for Paris Saint-Germain one more season and possibly leave, and that doesn't suit well to the Ligue 1 champions. Talk about the French international side, Paris Saint-Germain. They are saying he has made it wrong. That interview, you shouldn't have granted it. Also, don't say that against your club, who has made you a very big player out there. Everybody has come to know Kylian Mbappe, yes, with the Paris Saint-Germain side. But what did he say? He said, I want to leave Paris Saint-Germain after one more season, and when I return after the season is over, then I have to leave for free. And that doesn't suit the chairman of the club, Al-Khalifi, and they said Mbappe should leave this summer. I mean, the club is really done with him. They don't want him to stay anymore. They want him to go now. They feel the time is right for him to go now. It's because if he leaves next season, or next summer, better word, he's going to be leaving as a free agent, and the club cannot imagine letting their guest or their best player leave on a free. For me, it doesn't even sound good. I don't think I like it. So, but looking at the story right now, quickly, that's the news about David De Gea. He has left the club, and David De Gea is also no more Manchester United goalkeeper, 12 seasons with the club, and Andre Onana is the man coming up to make that list for him. We have to see if it's going to be under pressure, reuniting with his former manager, Eric Ten Hag, and that's just going to be a talk again. Also, we look into the fact about Chelsea sales. Paul Mason has come to say Chelsea did not really sell. Make the good business by letting the arch rivals, getting their best players, the likes of Mason Mount to move to Manchester United, also Mateo Kovacic to Man City, and then Kai Havertz to Arsenal. He doesn't feel like a good business, and they say you don't sell those kind of key players to your arch rivals. That feels to be a very bad one for Chelsea. And also, Arsenal squad depth looks to be emanating very strong, because Arsenal right now are doing one of the greatest signings ever so far. They've been amazing in the signing, and also we feel like all the vacuum that have been left is being covered again, being occupied by this wonderful signing. Julian Timber, Ajax defender, also being unveiled as well very soon. 105 transfer fee, man. Declan Rice also on the verge of being announced later, or maybe this week, for us to confirm them as Arsenal player. And lastly on the show, wrapping up with Victor Osimhen, Osimhen's story has seemed to be sleepy and silky, because at this point Victor Osimhen has not been, we've not been hearing much about Victor Osimhen. And the guest I had yesterday was talking to Mr. Phil, said Victor Osimhen needs to stay back with the club. But even if he's staying back, he should also understand that the manager who managed him very well, Luciano Spalletti, is no more with the club. He's on a sabbatical leave, and we just want to wait to see what Victor Osimhen would do for himself. Maybe better off take a right decision and stay back with Napoli. One more season would do, but it depends. That looks very risky. Are you going to live up to expectations is the question. But of course, if you don't, then it's going to be a sorry for our own very compassion. But I don't wish him that. I wish him all the very best for Victor Osimhen. Thank you so much for joining me on the Sports Ride on Voice of People TV this morning. My name is Kizike. We'll do this again tomorrow, Wednesday. Stay safe. Bye-bye for now.